Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your March 2020 reading. I am so happy to be doing this reading for you guys. Honestly, so let's just go ahead and get right into it. The very first card that comes out for you, specifically Aquarius, is the Queen of Wands. Now, we love a Queen of Wands because she's so determined. She's powerful. She feels empowered, right? So it's not just a feeling of ego. It's like really coming from a divine place. She's really creative. And she knows that when she is doing the best for herself, and she is creating massive ripples out into the universe. She's confident, she's kind, she's caring, she's passionate. And I think this Capricorn stuff has been going on in the 12th house. It's been a lot. And I think it's now time for Aquarius to really start shining in the way that you always know you want to. Capricorn is such a restricted energy, and because it's in the 12th house, really operating in that subconscious realm and the deep energy and the deep psyche kind of places. Now it's time for Aquarius to get its sparkle back. And I actually love the environment card, which is the moon. Now, I know that this is technically a card of Pisces and some associated with Cancer because of the moon rulership there. But I actually really enjoy this card for Aquarius because you are all about exploration. Like how Aquarius is so tightly connected with space travel, going into the depths of the unknown universe and to discover and to uncover things and to learn and gain knowledge and to acquire new things from different cultures. I mean, this is all about Aquarius, the whole Aquarius vibe. You guys are opening up a new chapter for yourselves, more so, I think, than most people. I would say the air signs, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, are really the ones that are truly opening up because this Capricorn energy has been in the deep water houses. So it's all inside, right? So you have been deeply affected by change. You have been deeply affected by certain circumstances in your life. You have been deeply affected that is in a way that is going to instill massive changes in your karmic path. Okay, so the moon is full of magic, full of opportunity, full of openness and mystery. And I love the Queen of Wands because she is like, hell yes, let's go for it. Let's see what comes out. Let's just kind of go into this darkness and just see what happens. And I think there's a very real curiosity for Aquarius about their own lives. How far can I really take this? How far can I really succeed? How many gains can I really acquire? Because I think you have seen a lot more than you were expecting of yourself because you were pushed to those limits, because you were on those edges, and now you know that maybe those things that you used to think of as risks really aren't so risky after all. So now you're becoming more fearless. And I'll tell you, the very first card coming out is the Three of Swords. Hasn't this been kind of how life has been going? Not to say you've had all this terrible stuff and your whole life is a disaster, but hasn't it been slow and a lot of weird movements and a lot of awkward jerking around and, a lot of confusion? And I think there have been massive disappointments within yourself and with other people and in relationships and with your own finances and a lot of things. And, Pisces is a great season for you because it's second house activity, which has so much to do with money and self-reliance and really stepping into that true Aquarian independence, which you're so good at. And so you have this ability now, or this freedom rather, to really take whatever all these swords were, this really heavy cross that you have been bearing, and just getting it off your shoulders and just start sprinting for the finish line. And I think as Saturn moves into your sign, in a way, that's a blessing of a transit for you guys because it's coming out of the 12th and it's now going to help you to apply. That's what Capricorn, Saturn is really all about. Let's apply the wisdom that we've learned or that we've gathered, right? So let's do something with this. So this is actually a tool, right? It's a launch pad. It's an opportunity. And I think you see that and you feel that deep within you because you guys, look what happens immediately after. the Ace of Cups. Sorry, I don't know why it's so blown out. I moved my lights back. And yet it's not, I don't know, sorry. I've been having such crazy technical difficulties. I actually just went and bought a new camera, so hopefully it won't be so bad in the future. But anyway, so here we have this Ace of Cups, which is following the Three of Swords. We have this Ace of Cups, which is blessings and love and passion and wholeness and gratitude and feelings of abundance. But it's because you know what it's like on the other side. This is your dark shadow side. This is your light brilliant side. The moon, I think, is an opportunity for you to balance both the sun and the moon energy. Because I often look at this, at the moon, and I always see it more of an eclipse energy, where there is a component of the sun. All right, there's a component of the light and the dark, the masculine and the feminine, the shadow and the light, you know? So you're headed into this space that is very comfortable for you. Aquarius is usually very free. And I look at even the next card that follows the Ace of Cups, and we get the Nine of Wands reversed. When it comes to skepticism and lack of trust, especially in relationships, when it comes to feelings of hesitation and resistance, I just don't think that's going to be the case. I think that you're going to now, with the power of the Queen of Wands, there's a very clear, distinct yes or no pattern happening, which means you don't need to be in a state of resistance or hesitation. You can just say, nope, not for me, and get rid of it almost immediately, leaving you a very clear path, leaving a very clear path for yourself, rather. So all the distrust, because of all the reasons that people gave you, like way back when, not even a thing anymore. All the reasons to be sad or to be bitter, not even a thing anymore. Because you're lifting yourself up. You're finding that freedom in a very real way. You're going to be real hard to keep up with, Aquarius, when Saturn's coming into your sign on March 21st. This is around the same time that the sun enters into Aries. That's third house activity for you. So I love third house activity when the sun is in the third house for Aquarius, because that's a house naturally ruled by Gemini. And I think it gives you that electricity that you love, that, you know, kind of, I'm not saying all of you are always going out all the time and being all social all the time, because you definitely have a strong introverted component. But I know that this is going to feel like a home base for you. And because of that, because you have that kind of safety within where you are, you feel unstoppable. And Aquarians that are out there trying to go and grow new businesses, who are trying to go out and create like really amazing things for themselves, again, unstoppable. Again, I'm so sorry for how this card is so blown out. I don't know why it's not like adjusting. Hopefully y'all can see that okay. But yeah, so Queen of Wands with the star. The universe is your oyster. The abundance of the universe is your source of resource. Whether it is money, you know, whether it is energy, whether it is other people, it's all going to come through you. I feel like you're kind of a focal point for the higher self to really be operating through. And there's going to feel like a lot of things. This is kind of how the imagery is coming to me. It's like all the things of the universe coming into you, Aquarius, and then going back out as how you distribute it in the world, whether it is through your laughter, even, you know, your work, through your having children or being in love. All of those things is just going to radiate outward. Now, I'm not going to lie, because we have to acknowledge the Saturnian nature of Saturn. There is work involved. It's not, you don't completely evade the hard work altogether. But see, the thing I like about the Ten of Wands is that there's a result with the Ten of Wands. It's not like all mental burden, feeling stressed and feeling anxious, and then nothing comes of that. It's just a waste of energy. No, Ten of Wands is a very clear and deliberate direction. And it's very clear and deliberate tasks of things that need to be done in order for your goals to be achieved. And there are very distinct rewards to be had. So I often look at this guy and I see his castle in the background here, and I say, okay, well, he's taking these wands and he's remodeling his home or building a new addition onto his home. So it's not just carrying the load and carrying the burden for no reason. You're doing it because there's a reason, okay? So while you're in this place of feeling like, okay, I got to sit down, I got to hunker down, I got to do the work, I got to answer the emails, I got to go out on the dates, I got to do the stuff, there is something in it for you. And I think sometimes it helps to know that, because sometimes we feel like, oh my God, I'm doing all this work, and where is the result? Where is the end game? What is this all for? The universe very clearly is saying, don't worry. Right? Please do not worry, Aquarius. There are results here for you. There are rewards to be had. You are a vehicle for change as we all enter into this age of Aquarius, as we are entering into this really kind of it's a very new time. And in a way we are kind of chosen, like all the people on Earth, this gigantic 8 billion people soul group entering onto this planet to bring in this whole new way of being and of acceptance and of love and unity. And you have to do that within yourself. And I think that's really what the past decade, really, or maybe for some of you, even the past 30 years, as we kind of pay attention to the Saturn cycle, has really been truly about finding that unity within yourself so that you can then go out and begin to create unity within the universe, even if it's on a small scale. And I think you have a lot of ambition in this regard. You have optimism, hopefully. If you're feeling a little pessimistic about your life, you're feeling a little pessimistic about how things are kind of going down for you, this is a one step at a time kind of deal. You can't build Rome in a day, right? It truly is one step at a time. Actually, I have those backwards. We have the Page of Wands emerging from the Ten of Wands, right? He's coming out of the Ten of Wands. So with the power of all the wand energy plus the Queen of Wands here, which she came out twice, so you got double dosage on the Queen of Wands, there really is an unstoppable Aquarian force, kind of like being at the front of in the trenches on the front line, sort of leading a battle here. And even if it's just you for your family or you for yourself. But I think the determination for Aquarius to go out and to make its mark on the world is more potent and more powerful now than it has been in a very long time. Saturn is going to help you to actually do it, right? That's the whole thing, Ten of Wands, to actually do it. It is going to be very difficult for Aquarius to be distracted at this time. If you are like trying to make a relationship happen with an Aquarius right now and they just seem to be totally disinterested, it's really important that you acknowledge that they are in a very spacey place, not like airheadedy or forgetful place, but like they are in this mindset and in this soul set of being useful in the world. And that may or may not include you. And so they might not necessarily be thinking about you, not to be totally harsh, but they're just focused. And they have their goals in mind. They have their ideas in mind. They have, some oomph behind them. And when it comes to offers from other people, if it's not in line with the goal, they may just completely ignore it altogether. That's it. It just might not really fit. If it doesn't fit in their Ten of Wands path, then it just might not fit at all. And that's okay. I think a lot of rejection is happening lately, specifically because we needed that rejection to help to keep us focused. And that goes both ways. People, Aquarius, if people are rejecting you, it's for your protection. People, if you're cross-watching and an Aquarius is rejecting you, it's for your protection. The universe is very much at play here with the moon energy. It's all very unseen, though. It might be hard to really determine what's what, who's who, and what's going on. That's the nature of Pisces season. We can always be in our kind of haze and really be very unclear about why things are happening. We don't need to know that. That's not really the point here. The point is to listen to your gut, listen to your compelling desires, and just follow suit. All right, because I don't know that the ego really has a strong place here. A Queen of Wands is not someone that operates from ego. Okay, she's not someone who's doing this work specifically for the accolades. That's not her whole vibe, okay? She does the 10 of Wands because, one, she feels passionate about it, and two, because it helps people, because it's a contribution, because it makes her feel fulfilled, and because there's some use to it. She's not one who is wanting to seek the spotlight. I never see that with my Queen of Wands. Actually, not really with the queens ever. I feel like they are comfortable being in the producer's seat, being behind the scenes, and being ones that let their creation shine, right? Let the product speak for itself. Let the effects speak for themselves. That's kind of where the queen energy is at, you guys. Venus is going to be traversing your 4th house, and then she'll be doing a retrograde in the 5th house. Now, this is going to be kind of an interesting time for you. There will probably be very strong at-home vibes, and this might be where your power really stems from. Remember the Ace of Cups. This might be really where that sense of fulfillment really does come from. The 6 of Cups is there's so many different meanings to this card. I kind of feel like I have to do all of them. On one hand, it's really important for you to live in the day-to-day, because sometimes the 6 of Cups can be a little too much in the fantasy world, and Pisces sort of will emphasize that. Now, it's not bad, it's not terrible, because we have to believe that we can do it. We have to believe that we can achieve it first before we can actually start doing the work, right? So if you're tapping into new beliefs about what you're capable of, that's a good thing. On another hand, the 6 of Cups can often be, a past life kind of connection. And there could be something that's coming up in your life now that is needing some kind of resolution. 3 of Swords, not necessarily bad, okay, but that's coming to a close. And you are able to now open up a new, more positive karmic cycle for yourself. In Vedic astrology, the nodes, north and south node, like the north node or Rahu, is actually like a ruler of Aquarius. So you've got all kinds of rulers. You got Saturn, you got Uranus, you got Rahu, the north node. And to me, it's a very strong destiny point, which is why when we, look at the star, there is an element of destiny where everything in your life has occurred very purposefully, and that you incarnated in this timeline specifically for this reason. You can fill in your blank here, for this reason. Okay, so there's a connection here of fulfilling a karmic destiny, in fulfilling your path and the agreements that you had before you came into this dimension. There's also a component of children, of course, right? Connecting with your children as Venus goes through 4th and 5th house. It's very much about home and family and being with the people that you love. Absolutely. There could even be a gift. And I'll say that as also we get the Page of Wands as well as some kind of a messenger, that you may receive some kind of news from someone, and it will likely be good news, will likely be something happy that will make you feel even that much more empowered. Here's the second Queen of Wands. Make you feel that much more empowered to continue down this path, okay? Look, Aquarius, I'm super happy with where things have been going for you. I think we've had some really, I know that I've had some really interesting Aquarian readings the past few years. Aquarius and Gemini, very similar because it's like 12th and 8th house respectively. And the change has been so deep, and your behaviors have changed, your methodologies have changed. And I know some of you are cross-watching and you're like, oh my God, Jane, what are you even talking about? My Aquarius is a mess. I get it. I feel you. And some people, Aquarius or otherwise, doesn't matter who, some people are not really stepping up to the plate because they're afraid, and that's their own thing, and that's fine, and they don't want to change, they don't want to evolve, that's fine. They can do it in the next lifetime, like don't worry about it, right? So, but the Aquarians who really are stepping up to the plate and really, really making that amazing social change, they are going to be stepping into positions of power. They're going to be stepping into positions of being seen. And again, there is an element of being behind the scenes, but in a really, really productive and prominent way. So Aquarius, whatever your dreams are, whatever you're trying to accomplish, this is going to be an excellent time to really start like seeing it formulate. This is the power of manifestation right here all year long. So you have the Queen of Wands energy behind you to really go after it. All right, let's go ahead and put this camera down and let's look at these cards. See you in a sec. All right, Aquarius. So here you can see how all the cards are laid out. Let's go ahead and pull an astrology card for you. You know what I like about this reading, especially in the center, is that the only major arcana you got was the card of Aquarius, the star, which is so beautifully complemented by the moon energy. So I don't know, I just feel like you're in a really good place. Even if you don't feel like it, you're definitely headed to a really good place. Some of you may still be here, and that's okay. Just know that your future is very bright as we make our way through Pisces season and into Aries season. See, Jupiter, what did I even tell you? The Jupiter in the 12th can be a little bit stormy, but it's also a card of expansion. Has a lot to do with growth and abundance and power and self-confidence and money and love. You know, Jupiter has expansive qualities in all areas of life. And I think the best way that it manifests is simply in believing that you can and that you deserve it. As we approach the full moon in Virgo, which is happening on March 9th, you may notice that there are a lot of themes of believing in yourself, believing you can do it, believing you can go out there, believing you'll be received, and that people will listen to you and that they'll believe you. See, building blocks, beautiful and amazing. Get out there, you guys, one day at a time. That is the message for Pisces season. If you try to do it all at once, it will swallow you whole. One day at a time. Answer the emails, talk to the people, you know, build your foundation one stone at a time. Okay, for those of you who are new to my channel, the cards I'm about to pull out, I will be talking about in the comprehensive reading. So if you want to join me, you're more than welcome. The link will be in the description box down below. We'll talk for about another 20 to 25 minutes about these cards. Okay, beautiful. Star, which we know. Okay, Four of Coins and the King of Cups. You have to be stubborn in your determination, Aquarius. That's kind of like a must. A must. You have to be stubborn in your determination. Okay, who broke your heart? Who did it? Was it a Sagittarius or an Aries or a Leo or a Cancer or a Scorpio maybe? Oh, didn't mean to pull out two. That's all right. We got or a Virgo. All right, cool. No problem. We got an Ace of Cups right next to it, which is what you're actually creating. Right? The Three of Swords is your fuel. Three of Swords is... Look, this is my oldest deck, or one of my oldest decks, second to oldest decks. And the cards have been with me all over the world, and they're all like bent and everything, and very loose, so I do tend to drop them a little bit more than normal. Okay, beautiful. I love the Ace of Cups with the Ace of Swords, because to me that speaks to mental and emotional unity. And I think the unity here really is a big message for you. Oh, Nine of Wands, okay. Six of Swords and Queen of Swords, beautiful. The Saturnian element of Aquarius, huh? Saturn really matures in Aquarius. This is a very mature and a very worthwhile transit that we're going to be going through the next few years. And the devil is going to be your best friend. He's going to be right there coaching you, showing you how to do things. And the Jupiter, the essence of Jupiter here, is going to be blessing you with its abundance as well. So I think you're getting a double whammy of some of these outer planetary blessings manifesting positively for you. And I think you know that. I know you can feel it. It's so dense. It's so thick and potent within the air. Page of Wands, Page of Coins, beautiful. Loving my Page of Coins this month. And another moon. Did I pull out? Okay, one more for that. Oops, too many. Hold on. I'm not going to take those. I'm not going to take those either. Sorry. I know some of you hate that when I do that, but I got to make sure it feels right. Okay, let's do the Four of Cups. Okay. Real skeptical energy for you guys at this time, you know, skeptical of who's really going to come on this Ten of Wands path with you. Who are you going to explore the darkness with? Who are you going to explore this beautiful mystery of life with? Okay, well, definitely not a King of Wands or a Knight of Wands, but definitely an Emperor. That's someone who really fits. Yeah, for sure. What's funny is that I don't know that Aquarius is really in a very talky mood right now. Yeah, I don't think you're in a talky mood. I think you're more about application. Oh, see, we get the sun, the moon, and the star. We get the star twice, the moon twice. And another Ace of Wands, beautiful, with a Nine of Coins at the bottom. So this is where we will pick up in the comprehensive. Again, if you want to join me to go over all these cards, the link will be in the description box down below. Thank you so much, Aquarius. I wish you nothing but the best. Have an excellent Pisces season, and I'll see you next month.